I'm sure you watch so many self-improvement money making videos. Top 7 ways to make money online, and they sit in a coffee shop and they're in the back and it says 10 grand a month. This video is not going to be like that. It's going to be a little different from those kind of videos and even from my own kind of videos. And I'm not going to do too many edits in this video. It's mainly going to be me talking to you one-on-one. And if you don't have the attention span to keep up with that, then you will never make money anyways if you can't concentrate on a guy talking to you one-on-one. If you don't know who I am, my name is Oda, and I help inspire young men achieve their dream life through hard work and self-improvement. If you don't want to live an average 9-to-5 life and have healthy, high levels of testosterone, then I really recommend subscribing to my channel and checking out my other videos. Let's start with the story. And just to give some context, the people that were involved in the story were people in my school. This happened a few years ago before I joined. One girl, one boy had an argument for whatever reason on social media, arguing back and forth on Snapchat or whatever. And then the next day, they saw each other. They started arguing. So many, secondary school kids gather up. They want trouble. They want to watch this. And they just argue. And then the girl slaps the guy. And what does the guy do? The guy slaps the girl back. But next week, or after a couple of days, the guy that slapped the girl is walking around this area. Nothing really bothering him. He's on his phone. He's chilling. He's on his phone right in front of a supermarket. He's just on his phone. 4 masked up people are coming towards his direction. And they were wearing something called Bali. And I'll put it on the screen. And this is something that specifically people in the UK wear. And it's to kind of resemble a bad thing, as in they do crime. So if a guy is ballied up, then it usually means trouble. They come to him, get stabbed. He's bleeding out on the fucking floor. The guys run away. The ambulance comes and takes him. And luckily, after a few days of not walking, he's still alive. And by the way, this story I told you is not an abnormal thing. These kind of situations happen in the UK loads of times. So this is not unusual. So you might ask, but where does money play into this? I want you to think a little bit. Imagine you're that guy who got stabbed. And maybe the argument wasn't your fault. I'm not saying that in that argument it was not the guy's fault. I don't have context. I have no idea why they argued. But I'm saying in general, imagine you're that guy, you argue for no reason, it was not even your fault, you didn't want to argue, and you made a mistake that you slapped her, you were very angry in the moment, and now you're just stabbed, you're just bleeding on the floor. It went from talking shit to each other on social media to bleeding out on the floor. But imagine that being your son. You lived in the UK yourself, you stayed in school, you studied business, and you graduated, you want to stay in London because they have the highest pay, and you want to be a business teacher. So you work for a school yourself, you teach kids about business, and you live in London, you have kids, you have a wife. You send your kids to school, you're getting a phone call, your son is in the hospital, he just got stabbed. But what if this time, the ambulance took a little too long? What if this time, they hit a vital organ? Your kids could die. And what's one thing that if you had so much abundance of, that this will never be an issue? Money. Your kid wouldn't even have been arguing with random people on the internet anyways. You wouldn't be staying in these fucking dangerous places. You think this kind of shit happens in Tokyo? You think this kind of shit happens in Thailand? Okay, maybe a couple times it might have happened, but exceptions don't make the rule. It's only in countries in the West that are fucking falling apart, like London and in USA, where there's shootings, fucking stabbings, there's kids that look up to drill artists, and they have no fucking father in the home. Do you want your kids to live in an environment like that? Because I'm going to tell you this. The saying you are a result of your environment is true. So if you believe that, so how's your kids going to be like? Your kid's way more likely to do bad stuff, be in a gang. Your daughter's way more likely to be a hoe. This might offend a lot of people, but this is just the truth. And you can't move out because they got a degree in London, and London, USA have the best paying jobs. So you're tied to one physical location. You have to work the shitty job and send your kids to public schools where all of the crime happens. There's no crime in private schools. Your kid can't get stabbed while doing homeschooling. So are you going to risk your family's life over a couple extra £1,000 for 9 to 5 that you don't even fucking like? Or just be an entrepreneur, making 10k, 20k, 30k from your computer. You could travel around the world. You could go to Thailand in the beach, lying down, working on your laptop, and your kids are safe playing around the beach. That can happen, but it can't if you study, go uni, get a 9 to 5. Because most of the time, 9 to 5s pay shit in the nice safe countries. And if you want to start making money through business, I made a video on the best business model. I recommend you go check that out. By the way, bro, if you got to the end of this video, I know you're not like the 99%. I didn't put too many edits in this video, so if you got to the end, you have a better attention span than 99% of people, which is fucking rare in this generation. That's been Team TMS Sada. Bye.